Good morning, everyone. My name is Nerissa A. Hakim. I will be going to discuss the sewing tools and equipment. There are five classifications in sewing tools and equipment. First is the measuring tools. Second is the marking tools. Third is the cutting tools. Fourth is the stitching tools. And lastly is the pressing tools. Under the measuring tools, the first one is tape measure. This is a plastic tape with a small metal tips on either end. It is used to take body measurements, drafting patterns, and measuring fabrics. The second one is the ruler. Rulers are used for measuring small distances for tacks, hems, facings, and etc. Third one is the L scale. It is a fiber or wooden scale having L shape. These scales are used for finding and aligning the grain of the fabric and also making a perpendicular lines for pattern drafting. The fourth one is the hem gauge. It is a 6-inch gauge having notches at regular intervals. It is used as a measuring guide for marking width of hems, pleats, and seam allowance accurately. So, the next classification is marking tools. Under marking tools, first is the tailor's chalk. It is made up of wax or stone chalk. It is used to transfer seam lines and other pattern detail in fabric. The second one is dressmaker's carbon. It is a wax coated on one side and is available on different colors. It is used with the tracing wheel or pencil to transfer pattern markings. The third one is the pencil or pen. These are also used for marking the fabric. This marking can be washed out easily. So the fourth one is the tracing wheel. This is a sharp-toothed wheel used with dressmaker's carbon to transfer pattern markings to the cloth. Fifth is the French curve. This is used to shape the depth of the neck hole and armhole of the pattern. The sixth is hip curve. It is useful for connecting or shaping curve points such as hip, armhole, and etc. So now let's proceed to the cutting tools. First is the scissor. They have 5 to 6 inches long and identical blade. They are used for light cutting, trimming, clipping corners, and cutting curves. The best type have blades of uneven width. Second is the shears. They are 8 to 10 inches long. They are used for cutting all types of fabrics. Shears differ from scissors in that they have one small ring handle and large ring handle. The third one is the thread cutter. These are handy little spring-loaded cutting tool. It is used to snip threads. The fourth one is the rotary cutter. It cuts patterns and samples faster than scissors. Rotary cutters are used in commercial garments industries. The fifth one is the seam ripper. This is a handy tool for taking out seams and removing stitches. It must be used carefully so as not to cut the fabric. The sixth is the cutting table. It is the table of convenient height and size for cutting and construction of garments. So now let's proceed to the stitching tools. First is the sewing machine. It is a machine used to stitch fabric and other material together with thread. Second one is the needles. It is a small slender tool used to carry thread through fabric, creating stitches for both structural and decorative sewing purposes. The third one is the thimble. It is a metal or plastic cup with a closed end, worn to protect finger and push the needle in sewing. Fourth is the pins. It is an essential tool used to temporarily hold the fabric layers together, especially when attaching patterns, marking seam lines, and securing the fabric before the stitching. The fifth one is the pin cushion, a small soft object used in sewing to store pins and needles. And the last is the pressing tools. First is the pressing table. It is also known as ironing board. It is used in sewing and tailoring to smooth and shape the fabrics. The second one is the iron, a small appliance used to press fabric and remove wrinkles, crucial for setting seams and leading to a more professional looking finished product.